Hey everybody, it's with incredible sadness today to report that legendary actor Rutger Hauer has passed away. He was one of my all-time favorites. I've been watching him in films for over 40 years, and for us to lose him today at the age of 75 is a very, very sad thing. It seemed to come out of nowhere. Nobody had known that he was really sick or whatever was going on. They say he passed away from a short illness. But I look back at the history of film for myself, and he played such a huge, huge part in that. And he was such a favorite actor of mine during that, that I really just had to make a comment or say something about it. I remember the first time I really seen Rutger Hauer ever in a motion picture. It was in a movie with Sylvester Stallone and Billy D. Williams called Nighthawks, where he played a terrorist named Wolfgar, if memory serves. And he was so good in that role. He was the bad guy, but he was riveting in it to where you would really pay attention to him almost more than anybody else. It was so charming yet devilish, and he was so good in that role. You're like, wow, this guy's really, really good. And the next time I seen him, it was in the role that will probably always be the most linked with him for eternity, and that was Roy Batty in Blade Runner. He will forever ever be etched into that movie because I truly believe his performance in that motion picture helped make that movie the legendary film that it is. And the lines that he wrote for his character at the end of that movie with tears and rain and all that, he wrote those. What he did there was take a movie and he lifted it up to another level. Tears and Rain has now almost become like part of the American lexicon. It's just one of those things. It's like, you know, American's apple pie and whatever kind of saying you can think of. Tears and Rain has fallen into that category. It was a beautiful line, beautiful work, and it will always be what he is remembered for the most. But he did so much other kind of stuff. He was in Lady Hawk. I mean, come on, he was incredible in Lady Hawk. It was such a good movie, and everybody loved that flick. He did another movie where he starred in called Wanted Dead or Alive. He was in Blind Fury, which everybody loves. And then he was also in another motion picture that to me will always be possibly his tour de force. I understand Roy Batty was really probably his tour de force, but this is right up there. And that was the role of John Ryder in The Hitcher. That motion picture, to me, is one of the great criminally overlooked motion pictures of all time. And his performance in that was riveting. It was riveting. At times it was so weird and odd and gentle and creepy and devilish and dark and cold and sympathetic even at certain points. He made a motion picture that could have been just something that was very stupid. Kid picks up hitchhiker, hitchhiker keeps trying to kill kid. That's the whole premise of the motion picture. But his performance in that motion picture, along with the works of C. Thomas Howell and others, I don't want to overlook them, Jennifer Jason Leigh and all them, but his work in that motion picture was so phenomenal, so incredible, that it made a movie that could have been just a simple little low-budget thriller into one of the best things that came out of the 80s, in my opinion. I love The Hitcher. I sing its praises. God knows it was on my list to do a review of, but he was amazing in that motion picture. He went on to be in other things, obviously, through the years. He's done a million tons of things, whether it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or whether it was Sin City, and the cult kind of favorite at this point, Hobo with a Shotgun. It was just really sad to see him go and leave the motion picture industry and leave, but he left behind such an incredible body of work, such incredible roles that he lifted probably above what they were ever meant to be, and he turned them into something where you were just glued to the screen when you seen him playing those parts. Rutger Hauer, God bless. Thank you for all the memories. Thank you for all the great work. Thank you for everything you did and taking motion pictures that you were part of and making them more than what they were ever probably even meant to be. Peace, everybody. God bless. Take care of one another. Goodbye, Rutger.